What's up, martial art friends? How you guys doing? I'm Jay from EZ Wing Chun, and today we're gonna discuss about violence in martial art. Isn't it, martial arts supposed to be violence? Let's go. The first thing I want to say is there's no such thing as martial art equal violence. It's just in our mind. We just shape the way we think, the thought, the perspective, right? By cultural, by social factors. There's a reason why, Aikido practitioners only get laughed at. Like, Aikido considered like a trash martial art. People practice Aikido is considered fake martial artists, on and on and on, right? But if you look at the founders or sensei, he's basically a very high rank master in many martial arts like Aikido Jujutsu and Kendos. And he just, killing and torture people for a living. So you cannot get more violence than that. So what happens? Why he create Aikido? Why he create the art of peace that not involved in hard contact, that not involved in killing anyone, right? Why? Because he feel guilt. But at the same time, how come in modern martial art world we don't see that guilt often? Oftentimes, if you walk into a boxing gym, just like, hey, I don't want any head contact, it hurts. People in the boxing gym gonna be like, what are you talking about, right? And then you see like boxer, you see MMA practitioner, you see Muay Thai people, they all want to show that they tough, right? Show their masculinity, show that they fearless, right? And then show that they dedicated 100% determined on the game. 100% they want to beat their opponent to prove the dominance, to prove that they're better than other fighters. So why is that difference? It's because that the identity of a martial artist changed, right? Now people consider martial art is like a place where they go in and then they prove their masculinity, they prove their ego, they prove that they're better than others. And if you think like that, right, and then you try to practice it like that, you come in there, you beat up all of your friends, then the new guy, they come in, they want to get along, right, they want to get accepted by that social bubbles, then they have to behave the same. So the consequences is that, now you got the whole generations just looking for beating other people just to prove that they're better. But the truth is, you know, if you so confident, if you so good at what you do, you don't need people validation for that, right? That's pretty common sense. Like Einstein don't need to go out and then tell people like, hey, I'm pretty smart. Like you look at Einstein, you know he's smart, right? But in martial art community, it's not the same. People like to like, oh, I'm better than you. Oh, my lineage is better than you, right? So they want to prove it. And by proving it, they want to argue, they want to fight, right? And this for me is like, I don't know, man, like, because the thing is like, I don't know if it's worth it. Like, let's say, okay, you want to prove that you are better fighters. So you fight you fight others lineages, you fight other styles, right? And sometimes you get hit, sometimes you get concussion, sometimes you get injury, right? Maybe you tear your ligament, maybe just dislocate your shoulders. So many things that could happen, right? But simply the mentality is like, that's just pain. I'm gonna push through the pain because I'm a true martial artist. That's so dumb. If you not consider your health and then you try to, like let the ego take over you, right? Because it's not a joke. Like one time me and my buddy, like we're doing scenario, like real scenario. So my buddy really tried to hurt me, right? And then I have to really try to stop it. So I go full speed. It not the speed, the powers that I show online. Same reason, because I don't want to hurt my demo partner for like, just try to like showing, oh, I'm so fast, I'm so powerful, right? That's so stupid. But back to the story. So by mistake, I make a contact into his temple. And even though I try to pull it as hard as I could when I make the contact, and the punch is, it's not that hard. He suffered from concussion for a month. He cannot walk. He cannot, like drive his car, right? His wife had to, like give him a ride and stuff, right? And then he worked to support the family of 3 children. Imagine that. On top of that, if you look at his case, he cannot go to a noisy place, right? He cannot take noise. He cannot expose to light. He got so many headache, and the headache is so heavy that he just screwed up. Like, imagine that for a second, right? Is it worth it? Well, I don't know. You the one should answer that. And even if, okay, I don't do that for the ego reason, right? I do that to protect myself for self-defense purposes. Okay, let's look at self-defense. Yes, to be able to defend yourself against a criminal that try to hurt you, yes, you need to test your stuff. Yes, you need to know how a punch feel like. You need to know what would happen, what the guy reaction after he eating your punch. Those kind of stuff, right? Yes, but be moderate, because before you go there, there's so many precautions, there's so many measures that you can take before you go there. Like, let's say, okay, I'm talking about people that, experience real violent, not like those, like sparring crap, right? Like people who actually get raped, people who actually get hurt, people who actually get pulled knife before, those kind of guys, right? Okay, so maybe if you get robbed, right? You get pulled a knife, okay, maybe next time I'm not gonna walk into that dark alley even though it's the shortcut to my home. Or maybe, like, oh, I shouldn't go out late at night, right? Or, like this neighborhood is bad. I see so many crackheads, so maybe I try to move out of that neighborhood, right? There's so many things that you can do until you engage into the violence action. So now it's okay, no choice left, so I have to hurt the guy, right? But if you try to keep that as the last resort, as the last measurement that you should do, then there's so many things ahead that you can do to prevent yourself from harm, right? And on top of that, even when you train it, there's so many things they can do. Like, for example, like, okay, I'm gonna train my powers to pad, to like, I'm gonna punch a heavy back, right? Oh, I'm gonna train the accuracy by just lightly tap my friends and I don't put any force into it, right? Or I can train like no contacts, right? Those kind of things. There's so many things you can do. But why you don't accept that? Why you want to hurt your friends? And think about that. If you hurt your friend just so that you can know your performance is top notch, just so that you know that, okay, my fighting skills is better, more superior than others, is it worth it? And I mean it, because like when I do it to my friends, I feel extreme guilt. I feel so freaking bad that I don't want to even do scenario anymore. And it's also, go to the other side of the coin, because when the coin flip, when it's my turn, I have to put on the helmet. I have to try to hurt my friend badly, and he also tried to hurt me as well. Is it worth it? Back then, when I first started martial art, I thought it's cool if I can show my powers. It's cool if I can beat up other people, if I can win in a sparring match, right? But none of that matters. Like, the more I train, the more I realize that, okay, martial art is the art of killing, right? It plain meaning is like, how can you kill this guy as fast as possible, right? Just that, right? So the more I learn about the killing, I go to this extreme spectrum, right? I kind of understand the other side too, because now I don't want to do that to anybody else, right? And if you just stay in the middle, if you just experience the violence a little bit, so that it's cool, right? I train boxing, I do Muay Thai, right? And my body make of steel, right? I can take a lot of pain, right? Like those kind of mindset. Well, you're gonna keep staying there, and you're gonna get more, aggressive. You're gonna, want to go fight people all the time, right? It's, like when I just look at the video of this guy, his professional MMA fighters or something, right? And then some dude just like probably drunk in the restaurant or something, and then he yelled at this guy. So this guy just come in there, put in the combinations, the other guy drop like a leaf on a tree, right? Like, Come on, man. You're a professional fighter. You train for 40 hours. And now you just beat up somebody just because they're being drunk, just because they're being so stupid. So there's a lot of things that need to consider though. Like, I don't know, man. Like, the ethic of the martial art community seems to like drop like this. And I don't know. I don't know. Like, the last generations, are they good? I don't know. But you know, what I believe is that martial art should help you to, you know, like be more relaxed under pressure, so that when the pressure comes, you get used to it, right? You understand it, you accept it, and then you can confront it, right? Like those kind of things is the attribute that martial artists should have, not the ability to shut somebody out so quick, right? What you gonna do with that? Like if you take all of the precautions that I mentioned earlier and then you try to apply it seriously, you never have to fight. If you're not a douche, man, nobody gonna try to hurt you. If somebody come at you and then, hey, your Wing Chun is not so realistic, man. My boxing can beat you up in like a second. Back then, I would like, okay, you want to see if my Wing Chun work? Comment. I'm gonna screw you up. But now I'm like, that kind of stupid. If you want to be more superior than me, go ahead, take that. Unless, okay, now you're hurting me, you try to hurt my girlfriend, you try to hurt my family. Now it's a different story, isn't it? And if that's the case, I'm not gonna use Wing Chun against you. If I got a rock, I'm gonna throw a rock at you. If I got a brick, I'm gonna throw the brick at you. If I got a stick, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you with the stick, right? I'm not gonna use Wing Chun. So that you see the dilemma, the conflict of martial art. You know, it's so funny when people always try to get violence. I get that, okay? Like violence is just the nature of male animals. It's just how male animals showcase their social status, showcase their, you know, appearance, right? Their, you know, like superior powers and dominance and those kind of stuff, right? You see it in animal wars all the time, like tiger, King Kong, they fight over each other's, and one show the belly, the other win, and the other is like step back, right? That's normal. But the thing that's not normal is like now you're willing to do that to gain social status, even though you know the health risk, even though you know that you're gonna maybe tore your knee, right? Maybe dislocate your shoulders, maybe dislocate your wrist, maybe get concussion, right? So many things. Look at Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest boxers of all time. Well, he's suffering, right? It's not like look at him when he 70, 80, he's look young, he look healthy. No, he's suffering from all of those boxing match, right? So I just want to share my idea. It's just my point of view, and you know, because I think that it's necessary for like all other martial artists to actually talk about this, because it seems like people like to talk about violent stuff more, right? And that's it for today's video. Let me know what you think about this. Do you have any questions? Just show it on the comment sections and I'll try my best to assist you. Thank you guys. But I want to say one thing before I left. In every video, knowledge is power. It's cool, but it cannot win the fight. Repetitions does. So make sure you train hard. EZ Wing Chun, peace out.